you guys heard this clip from Michael Irvin with him saying, "Oh my God!" But while I was watching the LA Rams vs. Cowboys game, there was a couple of times of me just reacting like that. And there was a bunch of key moments in that game. And I was just wondering with y'all, what was y'all's "oh my God" moment?
It was from the start. I mean, D-Law, scoop and score. The game has just begun. We're already leading like that. I mean, it was from the go. And there are other moments you could point to with Dorrance's pump block and everything. I mean, like, from the word go, we were just, boom, Michael Irvin, oh my God, all over the place.
Yeah, I would say those moments, those first two moments were definitely key. But it was so early in the game, I didn't know if, like, this is going to be it? And when they took that 10-9 lead, I feel like, oh, shit, I don't know if it was too early for that, oh my God moment. But that Michael Gallup catch down the sideline with Cooper Rush, I mean, let's just say that was all Michael Gallup just to avoid this controversy about quarterbacks. But that catch was sexy as hell. It had me acting like Michael Irvin in the ESPN booth. But there were also a couple moments, I think, before that with the TP run had me hyped up. Justin, what did you think about the game? What was your oh my God moment?
That Cowboys fans are this stupid that
that's an oh my God moment? Bro.
Yes,
this man is scarred.
No, fair enough.
You can't be serious that a dude can barely get over the century mark and only completes 10 passes, and y'all still being like, hey, well, don't want to mess up a well-oiled machine.
So we'll definitely touch on that in a second.
It does.
But as far as
it does make me want to say that phrase. So that
yeah. No, I definitely see what you're saying, because if we could be honest, man, if we listen to any type of post game in the local media, I kind of got to agree with Justin. They have me saying, oh my God, with these takes that I'm hearing. And it's not just the local fans, it's the whole media. But maybe we should just go ahead and push that off.
It's not the
right
local
now.
media, it's the national media. They're just
yes.
like, hey, see, this is the problem with how people cover football these days. They're obsessed with the quarterback. It's disgusting.
The here and now.
And like to give you, and it's not just Cowboy centric. To give you another example, I don't know if y'all saw during the halftime of the Cowboys show, but when they would flash the score graphics of the earlier slate games, they were flashing like stat lines of like quarterbacks that didn't really do much. So like I think in the New Orleans game, fucking Taysom Hill had 4 touchdowns, and they said, let's throw up Andy Dalton's stat line. And then I think in the Jets game, Breece Hall had like 200 all-purpose yards and I think like 2 touchdowns. And they said, Zach Wilson, throw his stats up there. So I'm just like, guys, can we please just take a step back and understand that it takes more to win a football game than the quarterback. And I feel like it was put on display Sunday that you can win in spite of your quarterback.
Justin, we know you're right, but the media, winning is the number one QB stat to them. They'll judge everything by it. They'll tell you Joe Flacco was a good QB in his day because of that ring. He was at best average.
He at least put up some numbers during that run.
Point remains, though, winning is the stat they love the most. When Mac Jones, what did they start? I don't know, 4-1 last year? It was good as a team, but they gave all the credit to Mac Jones. Winning is all they care about when it comes to QBs, and so they're going to say Cooper Rush is good when he threw 100 yards, which is not good. So... yeah, that's just what the media is going to be like. That's how they've always been. That's how they will be.
Let's just be honest. We ain't a part of that media. We're the third string pod, so we're seeing it from the sidelines, just like Dak Prescott
Cooper Rush will be in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, just like Cooper Rush will be seeing, just like Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy. And if I can summon my inner Mike McCarthy, that's just great. Complimentary football. And I mean, like, once again, man, getting 9 points already on the board, making this game easy for this offense, that's the key right there. I mean, the other team only scored 10. I mean, that's all defense. That's all special teams, man. They had that terrible punt by Brian Anger to get that ball within, the 30-yard line? And they came around with 0?
Yeah. because they missed the field. They
that ain't got nothing to do with Cooper Rush. That ain't got nothing to do with Cooper Rush.
Oh, I don't know. His leadership from the sideline, it was palpable. The defense wanted to play for him.
And also, if I could say, I think to me the key moment was the oh my god moment is when the Cowboys got the which is kind of similar to how they've done the last 2 weeks. When the other team scores, they respond with a touchdown of their own, and that came courtesy of what's his face, Tony Pollard. I mean, you can say what you want about a quarterback, but if you're gonna and be impressed by the way he hands the ball off, I mean, come on now. That was just great blocking, great play calling, and just Tony Pollard being the guy to make the play right there.
Breaking tackles.
That has nothing to do with Cooper. Yeah, it ain't nothing to do with Cooper Rush, as Mr. Jones would say.
But enough of the Cooper Rush thing. I think we should talk about, speaking of Mr. Jones, this man been betting on this dude to come through, and so far this year, he has. That's one, just like his Jayhawks are doing in the college ranks. Mr. Dorrance Armstrong is showing up throughout this entire season. Obviously, yesterday would be considered the breakout game considering the two big plays that he had, but he's part of obviously when they lost Randy Gregory, it was one of those things of like, yeah, right, Dorrance Armstrong, is he going to step up? But I think he's showing more and more every week that, hey, that the Joneses bet on him, and that's a good thing because this man's delivering.
Yeah, no, of all the Jones bets they placed in the offseason, Dorrance, while his production in the past might have not been as high, I think that's because, he hasn't been given the snaps. And given the snaps this year, yeah, he's absolutely stepped up. I believe in the Micah sack late in the game, I want to say he was pressuring from the right side, QB's left, and he forced Stafford into Micah on that play, if I'm not mistaken. But he was definitely bringing the pressure. It was lovely to see.
Hey, I don't know if that has anything to do with Mr. Jones, because I feel like that was just the first name he pulled out of his butt. It's just like
he always giving Dorrance Armstrong credit. He loves that man.
I'm pretty sure there's a mispronunciation in that interview about him talking about Gregory and Armstrong. Nevertheless, though, Armstrong was definitely my MVP that game. But, I mean, I feel like I kind of want to give it to the entire defense for that performance. Should we talk about this Trayvon Diggs and this false narrative of him being burned on those plays? I mean, I feel like that was the only time – we talked about how good these safeties were. I feel like those were the two times they kind of got exposed to the time – not to throw dirt on this man's name, but KZ levels of – just kind of like having a brain fart, Hooker coming up on the play action, and then Wilson making a poor angle on that. I feel like that should be addressed.
I mean, he quite honestly, Diggs still almost made the play on the Tutu Atwell one, but the one with Cooper Kupp obviously taking it at 70-some yards. But come on, bro, it's a 2-yard pass. And
that would honestly that happens to any quarterback in the league.
Like
but one thing,
they got playmakers too. They got playmakers too. Let's just be honest.
The one thing that has to be talked about with Trayvon Diggs' game is the improvement in his tackling and his help in the run game. I think he made some great first down drive saving tackles. The one on Cooper Kupp comes to mind on the right sideline. It's just those are big time plays that he's making, and they don't get talked about in his boom or bust debate. It's all bust is all they're going to talk about, but he's made some fantastic plays.
I would argue though that he would always I remember his rookie year he would tackle, but when clear eye view, which glad to see that man back on the field for the New York Football Giants, but when he broke his foot because of him, because they collided. That man's been pretty selective with his tackling ever since. So, hey, he's a cornerback. I like you said, Rudy, I think we should be giving him props for the improved tackling. But I think people need to chill out when it comes to killing him when it comes to the tackling.
Yeah, I think you're both right, but I also kind of want to highlight what Rudy said because I feel like going to the Washington game, a lot of talk was how Washington ran to the left side of the ball and they're all saying, well, they're targeting Trayvon Diggs. And that man makes some plays on the run stopping this game in LA. Nobody's talking about how LA is running to the left side. So let's give this man props. They're just talking about the big yard plays. But yeah, I think I brought up a question about this defense's run defense and how they can handle Sean McVay and how he schemed open C.J. Anderson in the playoff game. I thought they answered the bell this week. And not only did they take away the run, huh?
I said the Rams just really bad at running the football too.
I mean, yeah, that could be it. But
to their credit, though, a lot of people would just be like, "Hey, if there's somebody that's going to figure it out, and he knows the Cowboys' weakness, it's going to be Sean McVay," and he really didn't. So,
if you guys don't mind, would you guys like to turn to our own running game? And I thought, not since the Barbarian, the Tashard choice, and the Felix Jones days have we seen this smash and dash and whatever Tash was. But I feel like the smash and dash was on display on Sunday.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about in the past the amount of splits we want to see between Pollard and Zeke. And I want to say Zeke had a heavy amount of those carries this last week. So I want to see a little bit more balance with Pollard getting some more. You saw him not just hit the dash, but some smash too, break 2 tackles on the way to the end zone before he scampered away. And I understand there's some people saying like, oh, well, Zeke, he was hurting the defense. That's nonsense. Those are grown men. They don't just they're not just going to start shying away after a running back bumped them.
Are you kidding me?
These are grown men. That was you got to give Tony his credit when he breaks his tackles for himself. Zeke did not break the tackle for him.
Justin, I don't know if I can handle this on these mic levels. I'll let you go ahead and take this away.
Rudy, you kidding me? I don't care if they're grown, man. It still hurts to have to tackle 230 pounds multiple times a game, bro. Yeah, come forward.
Tony's
You saw
215, right?
Drive, man.
It's about a 15-pound difference between the two.
That man is a battering
ram. Not 40 like you make it seem.
Behind his pads, bro. He don't be running.
Those pads be.
Tony lowers. Oh, Tony will lower. Yeah. Watch it closer.
He needs to lower them pads and pass pro. So.
I don't understand how you slander. Oh, pass rush is different. Don't get me wrong. Pass protection, he's terrible at pass protection. I'm not going to defend him there. But the man can tote the rock, and you don't need to be slandering our running backs when they're doing good at their job.
No,
you just give him the credit to the wrong person, Weezy. So I think.
Oh, he can tote the rock quite well. He'll hit a hole faster than. I mean, that dude's quick. He's real quick. The hole will be open for a split second, and he'll jump in there.
Disputing that everyone knows that he's good. I'm just saying,
quick.
Let's not discredit one for the other.
He's both quick and good.
Oh, first of all, he's not a complete running back because you can't put him in pass pro. If you can't put him in pass pro, and he's going to let the safety or the cornerback blitzer.
Jalen
how are you going to discount that play? You saw the great.
Tony will make a 70-yard run, and then y'all's comments will be like, but he didn't pass block very well. I'd rather not have the touchdown. Take it back. No,
I
don't want 6 points.
No.
Take my 6 back.
No, nobody said don't give me the 6 points. Nobody said that.
You're misunderstanding.
You're saying don't put him on the field.
Y'all, no.
We'll put him in pass pro. That's the point.
You and everybody else keep asking, well, why didn't Tony get in the ball enough? That's an exact reason why.
No, you're tripping because I wasn't asking for him to get it more ever. I've always said it from the beginning that it should be an evenly split backfield. And we have the tapes. Please go to our recordings. I've always said that. And we didn't live up to that the last few weeks. We have not split it evenly.
Oh, I think we have. Actually, in the New York Giants game, wasn't it split even? I feel like the Washington game was definitely pretty close. If you
last week's was not. Maybe the Giants was the last one where it was.
But this was a Zeke game as well.
This one was 22 Zeke, 8 Tony.
Yeah,
because Zeke was getting those short yardage to extend the drives.
Zeke earned them carries, bro.
Earned them. Okay, you're turning into a commentator now. He earned those carries.
He earned them.
That's
you earn and lose carries.
You
based off what
earn
happened
carries
to
by
that
what you do
quarterback.
on the field, what you can do on the field.
Okay, with that mindset being said, Tony Pollard earned an extra play on the field with the 70-yard touchdown, and then he gave it up with
He
missing
just
that pass
lost it, bro.
pro completely, just whiffing on the pass pro,
They,
not even
like,
recognizing it.
I
And
need I
that's
need
the
you to
problem with Tony
understand.
No,
B.
his pass protection is terrible.
I
But
need
that
you to
man can
understand how
tote the
bad of
rock.
a miss,
And
how bad of a miss.
I want to hear y'all say that y'all want that ball carried evenly split between Zeke and Tony.
I don't because you
Gross.
can't because
Veto.
Zeke was producing the hard yards when there was no other option for the Cowboys to do but run to get that clock moving. Zeke was getting those
Dude,
3, 4,
the
5
thing
yard
is, like,
gains.
the difference you're going to get between me and some other just random Zeke hater, Tony lover, is I recognize Zeke has value. So don't ever get that confused. But I know that I can maximize value between both of my running backs if I use them both at the right times. And sometimes
not if
we
I can't call
choose
a
not to
single
use
pass
Tony
play.
Pollard when
I feel like
Not if I
you
sometimes
feel
can't
like
we
call a
should.
pass play. Not if I can't call a pass play because it's going to get my quarterback killed anytime a blitz is dialed up.
I mean, Kellen Moore
Absolutely
was
not.
going empty set a few times too, so they might be completely getting away from
Yeah,
that.
and
That's a
guess what?
different conversation.
Guess what? That's on. That's on the quarterback to get rid of the ball. But if the
Hey,
back's
and
going
don't
to stay in
forget,
and he can't,
our offensive
and he can't,
line was. I know what you're saying, that he
it
wasn't
was
great
an
in pass
easy
protection.
blitz pickup, Rudy.
Hold
Oh my
on.
goodness! It almost changed the game.
You
It
act like I'm
almost
about to
changed
say
the
that he
game.
did a good job or something. Slow down there. He didn't do a good job, but neither did old left tackle Tyler getting beat by Aaron the whole game. 2 holdings.
Well,
I'm saying that this was not just an isolated incident where Tony was the lone F up in the game.
all right, but here's the thing. You don't have another Tyler Smith in the left tackle position. You don't have Tyron Smith back there to go ahead and sub him in. You do have that in the running back position to where you have somebody who you know is going to get positive yards on any type of given down. But let's go ahead and transition.
Tony.
Let's go ahead and transition to the O-line, though, because we did see Tyler Smith goof up in the early stages of the game. But the second half, we didn't hear his name at all. And if Aaron Donald was making big plays on the defensive side, guess who was making big plays on the defensive side in the second half? Micah Parsons.
Now, okay, I want to use this as an opportunity to transition it to this week's game with the Eagles. Obviously, everyone's going to make a much ado about the Philadelphia offense. But with that Joker card, Michael Parsons, I think it was put on display week 3 last year, how much of a difference and how much of a change up that is. Have someone that type of ability playing both linebacker and edge rusher. I think he primarily played linebacker that game to be a spy on Jalen Hurts. Do you think that this defense is going to show out like it's been showing out, or do you think it's going to be chalk for the Philly offense as far as their success so far this year?
So I think there are going to be drives where our front seven's going to look as they should, and they're going to make plays and do what they need to do. But I do think Philadelphia's offense is better than some offenses we've probably. I definitely don't think the Bengals are better than them. This might be the best offense we play all year. And so I think they're going to look as good as they should. We talked about it with LA. They got stars. They get paid. They're going to make their plays. I think Philly's going to make some plays on us. And unfortunately, they'll probably score more points than any other team has on us this week.
I think it's definitely an interesting matchup because I wrote down, let's expose these damn Eagles team, because let's be honest, who have they really played and who have they really beaten? They put up 20 against the Arizona Cardinals, and that team's really Jekyll and Hyde. And they beat a bunch of teams that are really not that impressive. So it's kind of a crapshoot, but I will say this about the Eagles offense is that apparently I've been told they have a great offensive line, and I think Jalen Hurts' feet offer something different than something the Cowboys have faced to date. But I mean,
once again, it's not like they haven't seen him before.
That's true.
They played him,
and they embarrassed him the first time they played. But I don't know. I think this offers a real test, and I've heard people say, like, I've already seen enough with this Cowboys defense. They're legit. I still would like to see how this game plays out against Philadelphia.
So
I guess that's really a non-answer, but
I want to read
I would like to see.
I want to read y'all some numbers. So,
Please.
okay, so we have 9, 0, 0. Hold on. Yeah. 9, 0, 0, 3, and 6. Or, sorry, 3 and 14. Can you take a guess what those numbers represent?
Total points of the Eagles' opponents. I don't know.
No, those are the amount of points that the Eagles have scored in the second half in all their games this year. So there's a lot of these games where they'll have a big second quarter, and then guess what? Teams make adjustments at halftime, and the offense for the Eagles is pedestrian at best. See, with the Eagles, yes, they come out explosive. That's where they make their money. Is they'll come
They do
out,
score early, yes.
score a lot of points early. But if you survive that initial wave, stay in the game. That's kind of what the Cardinals did. They survived that wave,
Well,
and guess what?
and
They stuck around, and the
Well,
Eagles could only score 3, and it was like the game-winning field goal.
well, additionally, besides other teams figuring them out, I trust Dan Quinn to figure it out too and make adjustments
yes.
at halftime. So that'll be
Do you guys want to know who their opponents are, though, too?
I know, like one's the
yeah,
Lions,
the Lions.
Cardinals, Jags, right? The Jags.
Yes.
Vikings.
The Commanders.
They're not the greatest teams
and the
by any
Vikings.
stretch.
The Vikings at home. The Jags at home in a monsoon. And the Cardinals on the road.
That was also
So,
Kirk Cousins not at noon, so he can't play at that time.
well, nevertheless, yeah, I guess that may be something. But, I mean, which game is really impressive to you? Which game do you say, damn? I think the only game you can say is damn is the Cardinals game. And that was
No,
a little
they
bit of
look.
Tom.
They look.
To be
pretty
fair,
bad.
we're not trotting in a better quarterback either, right?
The only game where I would give them credit of they flat out just dominated was, I mean, I guess you could argue the Commanders game, but that's Commanders. The Vikings game. And
Yeah, but that game is at home. I would say on the road against an Arizona team that we didn't beat last year. I feel like, all right, that might be your quality win, but they won it with
that's a different Arizona team, though. And,
yes.
And if you the way that game ended was
Yes. Mm-hmm.
was kind of they got let off the Eagles got let off the hook.
Let them off the hook.
I mean, okay, again, everything is moving fast at that time, but okay, if you're watching, in case you didn't know, the Cardinals lost the game against the Eagles because they were driving for the game time field goal or maybe in the game winning touchdown. And I believe they got to about the Eagles 30, maybe Eagles 25, something around that range. And Kyler, they call a design run to Kyler. Kyler run, it's second down. They call a design run to Kyler. He runs and he slides. Obviously, watching it on TV, you see he slides about a yard short of the marker. Apparently, according to Kyler and Cliff, the in-stadium Jumbotron switched it over to first down to indicate, hey, they got the first down. But in the actuality, it was 3rd and 1. So Kyler spikes the ball on 3rd and 1, making it 4th and 1. They have to go out there and settle for a field goal. The field goal kicker is some guy that they signed off the street that struggled with Kansas City earlier this year, and he shanks a 43-yarder. So I say all that to say, if there wasn't just unluckiness when it comes to the Cardinals' game management, and if the Cardinals had their actual kicker, the Eagles might be 4-1 right now too. So I'm saying all that to say is they didn't play very necessarily well against Arizona, and I don't think Arizona is necessarily a great team either.
Well, let me ask this: what is a success Sunday night against the Eagles? Is it a W? What does it look like?
I mean, I'm just gonna spoil it now. I think they're gonna win. The Cowboys are gonna win, but that's just me.
But is that a success, or is there anything lower than a success? I guess
I would say that's a success. I think differently than Justin, but I would say a success in that game would just be the continuing of running the ball well. We're not going to start passing the ball well, and I expect our defense to do what I said earlier, get a few sacks, do what they can, but ultimately It's not going to be enough. But I think like a success is just looking competent and staying in it, keeping it tight till the end. I just don't want to get blown out. And I don't predict us winning, but
Eagles ain't gonna do that to you, bro.
Yeah, I don't think they can blow
I definitely
us out.
don't think that I don't think Cooper's going to do anything different than he's showed for his whole career. So it's just going to be the run game and the defense for me.
The reason I picked the
Maybe
Cowboys
a Turpin
to lose
return
against,
would be cool.
The reason I picked the Cowboys to lose against the Rams is just the whatever you call it, the law of averages of Cooper Rush finally having a bad game,
which he did.
He didn't throw an interception, which I thought was a definite this last game. So, with all that being said, as long as it's close, as long as it's a competitive game, I feel like it's a success for the Cowboys on defense. Like, as long as the defense doesn't show any signs of like, oh shit, maybe they're not as good as what they are. All right, boys, it's that time again, awards season. Let's start it off with a new award I got to hand out. And Weezy, I think you in particular will like this one. I call this the Kanye West T-shirt award, which goes to the most MAGA take that happened in this week in the NFL.
Boy.
I was just like, where is
oh
this
my
going?
goodness. I was like, where is this guy going with this? Okay.
And we have all right, so let's first start off with Atlanta in Tampa Bay. And that goes with Tom Brady being the biggest bitch in the NFL for not only complaining about getting tackled in the NFL, but going into the referee huddle and demanding a penalty for playing for the defense for playing football. All right, so
Not
that's
that
my first.
TB12 needs any defenders, but like I, it's bad optics. But like I don't think he had any influence on the call. But
I think he did.
All right, let's
I
put
think
Justin
his
on the
initial reaction
TB12
of his
payroll.
leg shooting into the sky to kick off the defender was enough for the ref to be like, oh. And for those only listening, that was me mimicking throwing a flag.
All right, my second nominee is also the Bills vs. Steelers. And this kind of goes back to last week for Josh Allen getting hit in the chest by the Ravens defender and begging for a call. So I'll just throw him in and again against this play or this week against the Steelers just because he's also a bitch. And that man Stephon Diggs, man, he's in prison, man. That man be giving interviews with his hands behind his back. It's a sad sight to see. But I also have a third nominee for this week, and that is this Kansas City Chiefs-Raiders game where Chris Jones gets a strip sack on Derek Carr, lands on Derek Carr, and he comes away with a football. But the refs deem Derek Carr to be a victim in this game of football and throw the flag and call it roughing the passer. So those are my three nominees, folks.
So
What do y'all decide?
I'm going to have a little combination answer here. And it's going to combine your first nominee and your third because it goes to the refs. These guys,
Okay.
oh my goodness. They
that's
see the quarterback down on the ground. They're like, dude, what can I do? I got to save him. What can I do? Oh my God. All right, flag. Like, it's unreal, man. That's
Stafford got him a MAGA call too. With the
they all do.
They
you get one game.
They just said they're just reacting. Like it all goes back to they just be reacting and they just be
Absolutely.
like, oh my goodness, that was a little violent. Let me go out there and protect.
All right, boys.
I'm assuming you saw the reporter pool when they asked the referee.
Oh, I did. Where he said he defends his decision.
Well, and then for some reason, the reporter was just trying to bail him out and said, were you guys putting an emphasis because Tua kind of got slammed down in a similar way? And the rest like, no.
I didn't know that part. Wow. We would have done it anyway.
All right, folks. Who does the Kanye West T-shirt go to then?
Give me the Chris Jones one because I feel like that was even worse because I don't know what he was supposed to do.
We see.
Oh, mine's the boys in black and white, the refs.
The refs. All right, I guess in this one situation, we have nobody gets the award because I will give it to you.
Screen. Look at the graphic.
to Tampa Bay. What graphic?
Oh my God.
The Monday
The
night.
fire.
Huh?
They just had Patrick Mahomes arms outstretched like he's LeBron James, and
He had
he's
like
got
a
flames
blindfold.
shooting. What?
He had like a blindfold, I think, on his
Yeah. There's something over his face. I couldn't tell, but yeah.
It was another
Ooh.
typical egregious primetime football graphic, but
Some poor
I
intern.
digress.
All right. Anyway.
All right. For my next award, I want to give it to, and this award is called the Will Smith Front Hand. The biggest surprise of the week. I got it for Geno does it again with lighting up the Saints defense, and also the Giants' surprising victory in London over Go Pack Go. Folks, what do y'all think?
Give me the G-Men.
Yeah. G-Men for me too. Pretty simple one. Very surprising.
I think it was pretty surprising. Green Bay only had 4 possessions, and if they had any sense to run the rock on the last play of the game, they probably could have gotten that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. All right, let's move on to my final award, which is with the first pick in the draft. Which quarterback do y'all take? And my nominations are the following matchups. In the Colts versus the Broncos, Matty Ice or Russell Wilson. Or in the Bears versus Vikings, Kirk the Turk or Justin Fields. Folks, who are y'all taking in that first round pick?
The Bears and Vikings.
What's the caveat? Like, what is this for?
Is
it for a season? Who's the quarterback? Is it for a game? Is it like, is my life on the line?
Yeah, life on the line.
And what do they got to do?
Win a game for you to keep your life alive.
Oh.
I guess I'm hoping it's noon. Let's go, Kirk.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Cousins. He's the most consistent out of all of those people because that Broncos Colts game. Oh,
I'll just
of errors.
If my life were up to Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan, I'll just start arranging the funeral. I'll find a plot of land or find a burial plot to be buried in because I'm not making it.
Well, the surprising thing about Matty Ice is that he'll give you hope, and then he'll also throw it away with a pick. Russell Wilson, I don't know if he gives you hope at all because that man will just go 3 and out for about 3 quarters, and then maybe in the 4th he'll give you a chance. I think Justin Fields maybe have the most upside, but I got to agree with Wheezy. Kirk, if the sundial's striking 12, you got a chance. Or in the London game. But other than that, you better make sure you're not a werewolf because if that game is on the prime time, you ain't stand a chance.
Oh no!
Well, and then the biggest
just
play
go ahead and
that
make
Russ
amends
had,
at that point.
He deserves to give an assist to the referee for the excellent pick on the safety, just tripping him.
Oh, tripping the guy? Yeah. That was good entertainment, though. I appreciated that. As long as it doesn't happen to my guy.
But I think we almost – but, I know you didn't give out this award this week, but we almost had another example. Well, we had 2 examples, one that hit and one that didn't, of why analytics are bad.
Analytics is failed.
Yes, I believe that's the name of the award that you thus deemed it. The Chargers and the Browns. Oh, folks.
Oh, you're talking about Brandon Staley?
Oh, my God.
Dude, get this guy out of here. He wants to lose. He tries to lose. He's not about winning. Get this guy out of here.
I just don't understand. I fully understand analytics. It's pretty easy. It's an easy concept to understand. However, there comes a point in time where common sense needs to be what guides you through life. And Brandon Staley right now is not operating like a man that got some common sense.
As a Facebook post once said, make common sense common again.
Well, how about
get that
how
guy
about the
out.
reverse psychology of him believing in his defense, so he goes for it on fourth down instead of punting it. So the offense, the opposition's offense has to
Doesn't have
drive
to
at
move a
least
yard.
80 yards. But he
It's
believes in
like-
the defense that he goes for it within the 50 yards. So I mean, at the very end, analytics has that fail switch of, well, I believed in my team.
The numbers pointed that we had.
That's supposed to be the opposite of analytics.
Hold on.
Well, surprisingly, they've done the reversal.
Let's just say hypothetically. Let's just say, I mean, for the sake of the argument, you're telling me that Jacoby Brissett, after he said, I'm going to throw this game away by throwing a pick in the end zone earlier,
He's scary.
he's going to, let's just say mathematically, you're banking on the career backup quarterback driving the Browns
80 yards.
It doesn't have to be 80 yards. It just needed to be 50. But like 50 yards. Let's just say, tell your partner to punt it out of the back of the end zone. You're telling me that the career backup quarterback is going to lead them 50 yards at least with zero timeouts
it makes
and
no
less than a
sense.
minute? Oh my goodness.
The idea of I have a defense that I trust, and I'm going up against a weak
And you're a
QB as
defensive
my
coach.
opposition. And I can make their drive further by an extra whatever amount of yards. And you choose not to. It's mind-boggling. That's just stupidity.
And then Harbaugh learned his lesson and decided to take his points. And look what that got him. A victory.
Well, their defense decided not to give the game up as well.
No, because they
No,
they
shout
gave
out
up
to
a-
Dude, they were
Jackson.
averaging 30 points allowed. They kept it to 17
but
yesterday.
Guess what? When the Bengals scored, they had a chance at the end to only have to just kick a field goal with the best field goal kicker in the history of the sport.
I get what you're saying.
So
I got you.
take
Shout
your point.
out to Action Jackson for another fourth quarter victory on prime time, but nobody want to talk about it. 'cause
good
it's not
final
Joe
drive.
Burrow.
He was kind of
Facts.
the whole night, but he responded when
Nevertheless,
he needed to.
the
But
mentality
he closed it.
the mentality to overcome poor performance. I mean, we saw that man do it Monday night against the Colts last year and do it against the Browns 2 years ago. The man just thrives on prime time.
Fair enough.
All right, now we're back for another edition of Weekly Pick'ems with your boys. Ian, why don't you go ahead and tell us how we did last week?
Thank you, Weezy. So let me go ahead and review this game or this
on the
last week's
delay.
pick.
I like
Let me
that
go
bit.
ahead and review these pickups. Bringing up the rear, as usual, after the last week, boys. It's no surprise. Is that boy, Rudy Guerra, coming in 9-7, successful. He did better than he did last week, I do believe. And actually, no, he did worse. Nevertheless, though, not far behind him is that one man known as yours truly, Justin Honor, who also finished 9-7. And at the top is your boy.
Okay.
Is your boy Chief Wes finishing 11-5. And now
What's
we
up with
have
the
a.
overall standing.
I'm glad you asked, Justin, because you, my friend, are in second place now with 41 wins. Weezy, you are, as usual, bringing up the rear with 38 wins. And Chief
I'm
is
just
in
fooling
front.
around.
Nah, fair enough. Chief is in first place at 42 wins. Weezy, back to
one
you.
game lead. Like
Wait, did you say I had 38 wins?
You had-
28?
If you want 28 wins, go ahead, take it.
Do I have 30? Wait, how many do you have?
I have 42.
Oh.
yeah, and I have
Never
41.
mind.
So
I
Justin,
thought you
yeah.
said 31.
Justin, at one point you had 5 wins ahead of us. So yes.
but,
Joke.
all right, whatever. But go ahead, Rudy. Go ahead and take us away. Like
Back to you, Weezy.
Okay, thank you. Ian. Thursday
Go
night
ahead.
football is going to begin with a doozy here. We're going to have the Commanders traveling to Chicago Boys, who do you got?
Oh boy, Chicago.
I mean, this man ain't in the news for no reason. Give me the Kanye West fighting Chicago Bears. Whoop.
I too will take Chicago. Moving on to Sunday, we've got the Ravens taking on the Giants in a rematch of the 2000 Super Bowl.
Damn. It's in New York.
It is in New York. Who you got?
Give me the fighting Lamar Jacksons.
Yeah, give me the Ravens.
Go ahead and give me the Ravens too. Don't like this. Moving on, we've got the Jags traveling to Indy.
Oh,
Boys,
goodness.
who do you got? Jags
Wait.
or Colts?
Oh, they haven't played yet? This is the first game?
I mean, what's the difference between any of the AFC South teams right now? Dude, that's give me Indianapolis, I guess.
I will go with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with the home Indianapolis Colts. Moving on, we've got the Zappy Patriots taking on the Browns. Who you got?
Give
Give
me
me the
the
cheat
Browns.
code, Bill Belichick.
Justin says Browns. Ian says Bill Belichick. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Bill Belichicks will lose to the Browns. Browns for me. Moving on.
No.
We've got the Bengals traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Who you got?
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, give me the fighting Joe Burrows.
Yeah. Bengals for me too. Moving on. We've got Tampa traveling to Pittsburgh, taking on the Steelers. Who you got?
Well, we all know Tom Brady's about to steal at least 10 points for getting roughed up in the on a tackle. So give me the NFL referees, Tampa Bay's.
I think we're all the real losers here. None of these games sound even remotely appealing so far. So
Whoa!
Give me Tampa Bay.
How dare you insult Lamar Jackson?
Bro, I ain't trying to see no Giants. Are you kidding me?
I'm going
It's
to
a
go
4-1
ahead
victory.
and say the Buccaneers as well. Moving on. We've got the Niners going all the way to the East Coast, traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Who you got, boys?
Noon? Is it at noon?
This one is a noon o'clock game.
Oh. Nonetheless, give me the 49ers.
Yeah, give me the Niners.
Yes, I too will say the 49ers. You know, I feel like I'm following y'all a lot, and I don't like that. Moving on. We've got the Jets traveling to Green Bay, taking on the Packers. Who's going to win?
I almost said New York. Green Bay.
You know what? Give me the Jets.
Only because it's in Lambeau, I'm going Green Bay. But had that been in New Jersey, I'm taking the Jets. Someone's listening to this going, they're not in New Jersey, you idiot.
They might
Moving
be.
on.
Who knows where that stadium is?
It is in Jersey.
Yeah.
Moving on. We've got the Vikings traveling to Miami, taking on the Dolphins. Who's going to win, fellas?
Does anybody know who the quarterback is for the Finns?
There's no
Teddy?
way.
No, it's not Teddy. He got concussed, right?
He got protocol. Like
he's concussed.
and
I don't know who the QB
they
is
got
going to be.
close eyes on them. They ain't breaking no protocol. Like I'm serious, bro. They're not gonna do it. If I had to bet money, they wouldn't do it. So give me Kirk.
Yeah, give me Kirk the Turk.
It's at noon. Give me Kirk. And now to the 3 o'clock slate. We've got the Carolina Panthers traveling to the home of the LA Rams. Fellas, who you got?
Well, technically, I think Baker Mayfield probably not playing.
No, PJ Walker.
Yeah. So Carolina might
They have a chance.
give me LA.
Give me the LA Ramses.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say LA is going to win that one.
Hey, are we entering the first bye week or no? Is there still 16 games to be played?
Interesting time to ask that. I don't know.
We'll find out.
The segment, count the games.
Moving on. Go ahead, keep going.
Moving on. We've got a divisional matchup here where the Cardinals are going to travel to Seattle and take on the Seahawks.
That's my reaction to that game. It's a yawn.
A yawn?
Yeah, that's not. Give me Seattle.
Give me not the Seattle Seahawks. Give me the Cardinals.
I'm going to go ahead and say the Cardinals will win this game.
Uh-oh.
You heard it here first. Moving on to the oh man. Twitter's going to be ablaze on this one. Bills are traveling to KC.
Oh yeah, this is the game of the weekend. We've been waiting for this. That's why the Chiefs played bad tonight because they were too focused on the Bills. I hate both of these teams. Give me Buffalo. No,
clean
give me
sweep
Kansas
for
City.
Buffalo.
Give me Kansas City. Sorry.
Okay. Justin with KC. I'm going Buffalo. Wings over ribs this time. Moving on. Sunday Night Football. You already know. Dallas Cowboys traveling to Philly, taking on the Eagles. Who's going to
win? I said earlier Cowboys, so I'm going to stick with it.
The Cooper Rush averageness turns into disaster. Oh, damn, Devontae. You know what? Fuck it. Give me the Cowboys. I can't say the Eagles against the Cowboys.
Okay. This one I'm gonna get a leg up on y'all apparently because I'm taking Philly. And
I just can't say it. I just can't say it like Weezy can. So nonchalantly, almost as if he has somebody in their back pocket.
I got no soul. No, I'm kidding.
My man got a cheese.
I have a
the
soul.
Man got a cheese steak.
I think Las Vegas has the bye.
Huh?
Okay.
I think Las Vegas does have a bye because I already know what this Monday night game is.
Not finally, the Broncos are going to be traveling to LA to take on the Chargers. Who's going to win that one?
I saw this ad earlier. I was like, no way that they gave him another primetime game. I know they already, this is already well established, but, who okayed this? What was this?
Walmart?
What? Okay, the first week it was Monday night. It was a Monday night game. The next
second week was a Thursday night.
No, second week they played some random, 3 o'clock window.
No, I think it was a Sunday night game, wasn't it?
No, it was in a 3 o'clock slot. Third week, I think it was Sunday night.
Okay.
Fourth week,
Thursday night.
This past week it was Thursday night, and now another Monday night.
Oh
game. Get it out of here, bro.
Get this garbage ass team. No, you know what? No, just go ahead and highlight your failures, NFL and the NFL matchups. Just highlight your failures of choosing this bum ass Russell Wilson. I don't care if he's hurt or nothing, man. Y'all finally realizing how bummed this man is and why every former Seattle Seahawks player dislikes this man. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah,
And I'm just saying that.
Chargers.
I'm saying that not in jest, by the way, not in jest.
Yeah, Chargers for me as well.
Yeah, this is flat out ridiculous. Like,
That's pretty embarrassing.
I don't need. Why is it like? I get it. Okay, like you can only get a certain amount of primetime games each year, but why are they?
Why
so
give them 5?
bunched together? Why
Five.
No. I understand why they gave them that many, but why are they all bunched together like this?
Randy Gregory ain't that good. He don't deserve 5.
No, it's the God-fearing men at QB that they all. That's the only reason they got those games.
I don't
They
understand.
said the God-fearing man said I can't play Sunday during church hours.
I don't understand why they have multiple Monday night games. I don't want to see that.
Walmart, baby.
Anything else?
Anything else?